Hi, it's Juris and welcome to Tattoo Shop Talk, and today we will take a look at another tattoo machine from Easy Tattoo Supply, and this time it will be name on a webpage is Easy P2 Epic Wireless Battery Tattoo Pen Machine. On the box it says Portex Epic 2 Wireless Pen Machine. Enjoy mobile tattooing, and a little note on the side, which is the main sales pitch, is super long range, if you could see here. Boom. And I will do my usuals, ups, downs, and who this tattoo machine might be for. So let's start with what it is. It's 3.5mm pen style tattoo machine with built-in battery, works 5 to 12 volts, and price is $219 US at the moment. And remember that we are running affiliate program with them, so you can get 10% off, and it gives a little kickback to us, so win-win. Those are affiliated links. That's out of the way. Now let's start with the machine. Let's start with its ups. Let's unbox it. I mean, I used it, so it's been used, but just what comes in a box. This packaging opens up here. Boom. A little information sheet and machine itself. And underneath here, you can miss out on that, but under the packaging there's USB regular to USB-C cable and a power brick, which is this American style, which I don't use, so that stays there. And these are always missing somewhere, so let's keep it out. Machine itself looks and feels pretty good, looks solid, and it also looks a lot better than what you see on their webpage on first few pages. Because there it's kind of like that, but once you turn it sideways you see that the screen and the button sticks out. And that's nice, because first of all you can see where it is and feel, and it prevents machine from rolling, so none of that stuff. So that's already good news. Machine itself, it's pretty tall, it feels nice and heavy and solid as well, which is a nice thing. And weight of it is 250 grams to be precise, or 8.82 the other units, the ones that we don't use here in Europe. So for the people across the pond, that's the weight. It feels kind of nice, 50-50 balance, sort of in the center roughly here. Bam. That's where it's balanced. It feels nice in the hand. It doesn't feel top heavy for the tall-ish tattoo machine. So this is all metallic, nice, solid and cold in the hand when it's not wrapped. And the main point, what makes it stand out of this tattoo machine, is its battery. It's 5000 milliamp hours, which means it can run very long time. Here on info sheet it says 5000 milliamp hours, charges up fully in 5 hours, and working time 1000 minutes, which adds up to something like 17 hours. So that's like 2 full working days, if not 3 for some, and that is a long battery time to run. I'm not a crazy person to test does it actually run for 17 hours, but even if it's ish in that area, that's crazy runtime. Charges up in 5 hours, and it's kind of one of those situations like with older mobile phones, when it's time to charge after like 4 or 5 days you don't remember where the charger is. That's why I keep these cables around, and chargers. Further on machine itself, there's this clicky grip to adjust needle length, and this time you can unscrew it. It also feels nice and solid. Boom, aluminium of some sort. You can clean it, sanitize it, throw it in autoclave if a need be. Obviously, like all these type of machines, covered in oil, which I definitely need to change. And note on that oily part, there will be in sort of downsides of this tattoo machine, so wait for that. There's some specific thing about it. This is all aluminium and nice and solid as well. Let's put this back. USB-C charger is at the top here, and then there's controls, big button to switch it on and off, and obviously up and down to adjust the voltage. If you press up and down together, it switches on and off kickstart. It has a built-in timer that runs automatically, and then it says that there's a memory function. I have not figured out that one yet. I should probably check with the company and email them. And now we are sliding in the cons of this tattoo machine, and that would be controls. By now I'm kind of already used to it, but it's this weird thing where you run machine by pressing button, boom, it runs, stops, and then if you press voltage up or down, boom, it starts to run again. It's fine because it's not in a way, it's up there. The only thing I could figure out why it's like that is so it's easier to run machine, so you don't have to think where you press it, you just press it and it's running. And while it's running, then you can adjust controls. For me, it's another thing to get used to, so that felt Not a huge downside by now, but it's another thing to get used to. Because my machine's usually like, I'm used to adjusting voltage, I can switch it off, beep beep beep, do a bit up, a bit down. Now it would be running all the time once you try to press those buttons. Here we go, here we go. And the main downside, I would say, would be the smell. It doesn't smell when it's not running, but once you start to run it, the original lubrication, the oil in there or grease or whatever it's called, after a few seconds or few minutes maybe of running, it starts to smell. It's this plasticky, almost like burnt wire smell, and it spooked me. I was like, is this thing gonna explode, or I have some electrical issue in a shop? Because once you get that smell, like, you know, that wire, it's right away triggers those things, like there's something's not right, and it smells. That solution might be expensive. So that's one downside. So you want to probably clean it and change the lube, which is recommended with all these machines anyway, because you don't know how it's assembled and where it's been. I was testing it as is, and that smell spooked me. Or it also smells like when you order some plasticky stuff from Wish and you open that plastic bag and you get that poo, that manufacturing plastic smell. So that was a weird one. And a minor thing, and I don't know if it's an issue at all, but they don't switch off automatically. So if I would leave it on, I would come into work next day and the screen would be still on. It doesn't seem like it drains battery much, but still, kind of for a peace of mind, I would like it to have some sort of automatic switch off if it's not running for, like, let's say 10 minutes or something like that. I had a couple of times where I come in the morning in the shop and I'm like, oh, it's still on. That's one thing to mention, to keep in mind. If you have these, to be safe, once you're done working, make sure you switched it off. Overall, it's pretty okay machine. It's easy to pack. I like to pack this part separately and then this part separately, so when I adjust needle length, those plastics don't interfere with each other. If it would be one solid sleeve, then you have that issue that you adjust here and then it all goes sideways. I would put kind of part of clipcord sleeve here, sort of fold it, tape it, and on this part I would put my favorite sticky plastic, and it's good to go. At 3.5mm stroke, should be good for black and gray shading or any shading. I'm not expert on shading, so I rely that that stroke would work. I used it quite a few times on 3 liners, 5 liners, some 7 liners. I would say for me it worked the best on 5. It's okay machine, I like it, I like the way it feels, I like its weight, I like how it feels in the hand, and it worked for me. And now who this machine might be for. So at 3.5mm stroke, for everyone who desires 3.5mm stroke, and maybe if you are looking at your like big brand machine and you can't afford it, this is very affordable price. And then another big plus for this tattoo machine would be that big battery. So let's say you live in a country where there's often electricity blackouts, so some typhoon seasons or whatnot, electricity cuts out. This thing can run for like 17-ish hours. Put your head torch on, tattoo away. You have like 2 days of work, or one very, very long day. But if electricity might be issue or like seasonal issue, and let's say countries like Ukraine, where one country is bullying other country and bombing the hell out of it, and they have pretty frequent electricity blackouts, and it doesn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, who's gonna tattoo at war, but they hit some important infrastructure on one side of country, and a blackout is an all region where people live their lives and get tattoos. So in those instances, this could be also kind of like a safety option, that if something happens with electricity, this machine is charged up, so you have couple days of work, so you can work away, not worry about charging it. And like I mentioned, there's a lot of places where it's like natural disasters or just poor electrical grids. This is budget friendly machine with very, very long battery life that would run for like 2 if not 3 working days of tattooing. So I think that's a pretty significant point. And now you let me know what could be benefit or again downside of having a huge battery like this one. Leave that in the comment section and do the usual. If you like the video, press like. If you are super awesome, then share it, and check links to this tattoo machine in video description. Also check out our discount code if you're planning to purchase it, and do all the YouTube stuff. Comment, press likes, share video, and check out this playlist. There's some useful stuff there. See you in a future episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.